Hey, it's Super Tom Brother. Uh, Now we finally get to the gameplay video I promised involving my Famicom clone system. Looks like this. With not quite so legit controllers. It has it set up the B and Y style, like a 4-button thing should, and these are turbo. Takes a few seconds for this phone to focus in. For some reason, like the footage that ends up on the final video will probably be better quality than what I'm looking at through the viewfinder. But most Famiclones have a built-in multi-cart, like this one does. Let's give an example. This has Little Samson, which is so expensive that I will never have a legit American version of this game. It's like, the only way I can afford this is if the entire NES market crashes and suddenly they're all down to $1 again. But I doubt that's ever going to happen. You can't just put the genie back in the bottle after it's basically destroyed the entire aftermarket pricing of video games as a whole. The idea of getting $5 NES games on most fucking titles is long since over. It died with Game Crazy. But hey, let's at least enjoy this game, even if it isn't a legit copy. Now, you might be thinking, hey, didn't he say the sound was pretty bad? And yeah, it is, but if you haven't played this game, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what it's supposed to sound like on a legit cartridge. Most people don't. Most people play this on a bootleg cart or on a flash cart. Most people can't afford the legit thing because they don't want to pay $1,000 for a fucking NES cart. But let's reset. Let's play something I know you've played before. Something that is typically pretty awful on these sounds. Super Mario Brothers. Let's find it. Yep, sound quality is terrible. For some reason, a lot of these clones can't quite imitate the correct sound chip on a real Famicom or NES console. And so Super Mario Bros. 1 in particular always sounds bad. I'm going to finish this level, and then I'm going to do a control experiment here. The first test is Super Mario Bros. Built into the system, which obviously doesn't sound very good. Now, we'll power this off and get my Famicom cartridge of Super Mario Brothers. Oh, man. Huh. Always knocking shit over. Damn. It's not like I'm recording and trying to make a good impression or anything. Anyway, here's my Famicom copy of Super Mario Brothers. Really high quality label. Let's put that in the system. And as you can see, graphically, it doesn't look any worse. But the sound quality of the Famicom sounds just as bad, whether you're playing on cartridge or on the built-in multi-cart. The game just doesn't sound right. Here's the controller. Jump is down here, fire is here, rapid jump on, rapid fire. So it's set up like a Super Nintendo controller, which is pretty damn good for a 4-button setup like this. I hate when Nintendo sets it up so that the A and B are set up in that weird Nintendo DS setup. I think I've already made the comparison that the angle on the Game Boy's A and B buttons isn't quite as severe as the one on the DS or other 4-button layouts. They are diagonal from each other, but they are in such a position that it's not a problem. Using your A and B buttons like this on this controller would feel weird. And now it's time for part 3. We're going to take the Super Mario Brothers cartridge and put it into this bastard. And I know I complain about this thing, but if I didn't try everything, you would say I'm cheaping out on the whole experiment. Let's go put this in the American NES. Let's put this away for now. Check this out. This is my Famicom AV. I got it the day after Halloween. We'll be testing Super Mario Bros. In this right after we test it on the American NES. And you may wonder, God, how many versions of Mario Bros. Does this guy have? You have no fucking idea. right away you can hear the music is quite a bit better quality on this official NES. The colors are a bit darker as well. It seems that they can never get the colors or the sound quite right on these clones. Now, let's try something unexpected. I also have the American copy of Super Mario Brothers. I don't know what the MG stands for, but if this is Modern Vintage Gamer's former copy, thank you, dude. I'm not sure if this game, this copy of Super Mario Brothers, is a Famicom original with a built-in converter, or if this is one of the later fully made for the NES boards. I know that my Legend of Zelda is a 5-screw, but I don't know about this. You may have noticed when I was playing the Japanese version that there wasn't really a whole lot of Japanese text. That's because the entire game of Super Mario Brothers is made in English. The Famicom Disk System sequel, Lost Levels, has some Japanese text in it. This one doesn't. Whether it's on the American or Japanese cartridge, it looks the same. Ooh, a 6. You get to see some fireworks. In case you're wondering how the fireworks work in Super Mario Bros. 1, they have everything to do with the timer when you end the stage. The moment you touch that flagpole, if the time, the last number in the time, is a 1, a 3, or a 6, you get that many fireworks. A 1, 1 firework. A 3, 3 fireworks. A 6, 6 fireworks. I guess technically if you get a 0, you get 0 fireworks, but really anything other than a 1, 3, or a 6 gets you no fireworks, so that's kind of pointless to point out. Kind of funny. Anyway, time for the Famicom AV. Let free from your prison. As you well know, 8-bit Mario is not Charles Martinet. It is Lou Albano. Hooray! Hey, paisanos. Hey, paisanos. Let's play a classic game in Japanese. Oh, right. Let me see. Sometimes the power plug that came with this is a little fidgety. So let's try this again. The good news is the voltage necessary for the Famicom AV is identical on the Sega Genesis Model 1. Haha! Super Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers. On the Famicom AV. Oh. That's not a graphical glitch. That's an audio-video thing. I think this system might actually be louder than the NES. Let's turn down the volume on my TV. Okay. That's a more acceptable volume. It's 10:29 where I am, so some people are sleeping. It's best to try and keep a decent volume. High enough to hear, but not high enough to bother people. Man, is that how you spell Mario in Japanese? Jeez, that's some weird looking kanji, ain't it? Nah, those are English letters. Like I said, there really isn't any Japanese text in this game. Hell, I'll go a step further. I will rescue the first Toad and show you that his text is still in English. I've played this first Super Mario Brothers so many times. I know most of these secrets. This technically both is and isn't the first game I ever played. I mean, I did play Super Mario Brothers for the first time ever, but it wasn't this Famicom or even the standalone NES game that I played first. It was the Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt combo cart. Good night, Mom. Yeah, just saying good night to my mom. She's going to bed. So, let's see. I don't know how good the average person is at this game, but if you're impressed by some of my gameplay, don't be afraid to leave a comment. Or hell, if you... I know there's some people be like, oh, you think you hot shit? Watch this. Go ahead and you can... I wish you could still do response videos. That would be really cool. You could be like, top that in the comments and put a video up. But they don't let you do that anymore. That was a Goomba, disguised as Bowser. Huh. Damn. If only I could read Japanese. So I figure since we're doing all these 8-bit versions of Super Mario Brothers, why not play the one that I played as a kid? Organization. Oh, don't tell me I'm pushing that one too far back now to get to it. Where is it? There it is. This Super Mario Brothers / Duck Hunt. Not this exact copy, but this game is the first game I ever played. Oh boy. See, this version, which was bundled with quite a few NESs back in the day, includes both Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. And it does not fix any of the glitches. I don't know if you can see these weird fishbone looking waves on the screen. Hell, that might not show up in the recording, but it's an old console and it's an old cartridge. Can't expect the visual quality to stay up like to emulator quality all these years. Let's do something a little different. To end this, I'm going to do the minus world glitch. Going to go into world 1-2, slide through the wall, and go to a pipe before it's registered as a warp zone. That will take me to the infamous glitch known as the minus world. So people complain about there being jail bars when you play on a top loader NES. Well, this is a original style NES, and I'm still seeing bars. And I'm using AV, not a RF unit. So, like, if you think your visuals were perfect back then, they are not. You were just more forgiving as a kid. Didn't notice everything wrong with what you loved. Sucks being an adult, don't it? Start nitpicking the shit that you love. So now we do the glitch. This always takes a few tries. But basically, you gotta crouch jump or duck jump into the wall. Look at that. Haha. And world -1. Now, you probably have seen people get to this world and then do nothing with it. They say it's endless, but they don't actually show it to you. I shall show you what they mean. When you reach the end, you actually spawn at the beginning. And rather than just tell you about it, I'm going to show you. I'm going to get all the way to the end of what would have been World 2-2. And because of the glitch, I'm going to have to start over at the beginning of the world. Damn, cheap, cheap. Watch this. I come up with the bubbles. Isn't that cool? The pipe led to bubbles, which puts you back into the same ocean. It's an endless loop. It's a loop with bloops. Bloops and loops. Bloops and loops and cheeps. And sure, collecting these coins will give you extra lives, but you're really only prolonging the inevitable because there's no end to this. The loop always happens. Oh, did anyone ever notice the undertow in classic Mario Brothers games? How the water sucks you into pits? Damn. Now that's pretty fucked up. But watch this. If I die, look where the continue point is in these water stages. Oh, that's right. Because I started over, it acted as if I started the whole stage over. But That's not the fucked up part. Look at this pit. This is a checkpoint. Okay, I touch the Cheap Cheek's vagina, and it stops you right over the pit. So, if you want to end your game, you can do this. Just get to this point and let yourself die. Oh, it's going to take a while. The fact that if you're not ready for it, you'll die immediately after dying is kind of a dick move on the developers who put the checkpoint there. That checkpoint is actually there even if you go to the standard 2-2. So, yeah. Don't die in the water level. Also, check this out. If you hold the A button when you press start, you'll actually continue from where you died. So that's your continue code. If you manage to save the princess, which you can't because I've basically trapped myself in the minus world. But if you do save the princess, like by, playing the game normally, you'll actually be able to press B on the title screen to choose which world you start on when you play again. Of course, this cheat goes away the moment you turn the power off, because there's no save battery. Doesn't that suck? Why is the checkpoint there?